Hey, what's up, YouTube? Back again, just another wonderful, great day to make a video. Um, this is a very important one. Been getting some clarity lately. Maybe some of the magic's been broken. Maybe some of the spells and curses that the enemies put out towards you or me. Have been broken, reversed. Maybe it's this full moon in Aquarius. Maybe it shed a bunch of light on some of the darkness, some of the confusion. It's one of those things. Like the more I dig, the more that I see that witchcraft is real. There's covens and witches and warlocks and high priestesses and wizards and all the stuff that you thought of as a kid that you didn't think was real. You're gonna find out. The Bible talks about it, I'd say a large majority of the world's population believe in a monotheistic, or they have monotheistic beliefs, believing in one God. So for Jews, I shouldn't say Jews, I guess Jews. Yeah, Jews, Christians, and Muslims, they believe in the God of the Bible, or the God of the Torah, the God of the Pentateuch, Pentateuch, something like that. I can't pronounce it. And in His Word, it definitely tells a lot about sorcerers and stuff like that. Anyway, just want to share with you the fact that it's real. People act like it can't affect you if you don't believe in it. So they do other things to help strengthen the spell or the curse, right? Breaking into your home, moving things around, gaslighting, other types of manipulation to make you, think it's all in your head or whatever. But what this does, the physical aspects of their game, whatever it is, it helps to strengthen the magic or the curse. And I mean, eventually the delusion or illusion becomes so strong, that it blinds you completely from reality, and your reality becomes whatever it is these psychopaths have planned for you or whatever. But good news today, man. I'm happy. I'm free. Had quite a weird encounter this weekend, but it's only weird because I can see right through people. Do I allow them to use me? Lots of times. Do I put myself in situations to be used? Probably. Why? I don't know. Maybe they're exploiting a void, loneliness. I'm single, been single for a long time. So, and dealing with depression. So, I always get, somebody that's karmically related to whatever I'm going through. They seem to want to have my best interest at heart. But I seem to always forget that most of these people are here intentionally. They're here to confuse you, to further steal your energy and confuse. I just said confuse. Manipulate you. I want to leave you more vulnerable, weaker, and more confused than where you were before, thus strengthening the spell and the illusion. The sad part about all this, there will be justice. Some of you people, it's going to be one of these things that you don't want to see what happens to these people. A lot of them they're becoming physically ill. These are people that sold their souls a long time ago for money, for whatever. Some of these people have sacrificed their own children in order not to have to pay a spiritual debt to an entity that has no interest in seeing you thrive or succeed. These people are basically making deals with the devil, and we can draw straws all day long. I think the fact that most people's understanding of the devil is sort of like this white and black thing. You got God and you got the devil. Not saying one's white or one's black. I'm just saying being polar opposites or whatever. But if the power all originated from the same place, being God, the manipulation of that power, there would be your polarities. A person that was given God's power, we'll talk about Elijah for a second. Elijah killed 400 prophets of Baal and 400 prophets of Jezebel on Mount Carmel. I guess with the power of God, or the anointing, whatever you want to call it. But if Elijah had been an evil man, right, he could have used the power of God for nefarious purposes. Anyway, so I think in a world where most of us are expecting the worst and hoping for the best, and you've got people they're just, I don't know, jealous, whatever, mentally deranged, psychopaths, sociopaths. For whatever reason, a person would wish evil or ill will on another person. That's really their prerogative. But I feel like most of us out here, we want to see our kids grow and blossom and flourish. We want to see our neighbors, reap the rewards of what they try to put out in life. And I believe, and maybe I'm naive, but I believe for the most part, man, most people want good. So, a part of growing spiritually and emotionally, we do a lot of introspection. We see where things come to light within us where we may have been jealous at a time, or we may have been had the wrong perception about something. I guess what I'm getting at is people that choose to do evil or magic on someone, they've already got the introspection. They're just choosing to work it for dark or evil purposes. In order for us to continue to grow as the human collective or whatever, we have to go within. We have to see where we stand in all this, what our part is, and I can hope for the best for everybody. Love everyone. If I'm not doing the work within myself to acknowledge and eradicate any darkness or just, I guess, maybe wrong perspectives or negative thoughts or whatever for whatever reason. If I'm not willing to work on these things and try to I guess change them myself, then I'm not going to advance, along with the rest of society. It's really tough times happening right now. It seems like America is shutting down. Went to get gas at the Walmart gas station, the Murphy USA or whatever, and like all the pumps were closed. Nobody was working there. one of the local dollar stores was closed the other day because they only had, I think, one employee. Like, I mean, it's crazy. I was telling my friend, yesterday while we were trying to get gas, I'm like, we have to do something. Her and I both are unemployed, just kind of stuck in a rut, man, and like we've gotten lazy. And some of us are very intelligent, man. We can or have some sort of abilities that we can see a $2 piece of trash on the side of the road, but we recognize its value, and be able to make money that way. But if you're turning around and you're wasting it foolishly, gambling, that's been something that's been, you know what, and I don't really care about the money. I think I gambled because I was still trying to fill this void. The Bible says it's not good that man should be alone, and that's when God created Eve. And I mean, I don't want you quoting me on that, because I may have a word or two misplaced in translation, but we find ourselves, man, I've dated women or courted women or been close to women because I thought that maybe that's something that I was missing. Maybe that's why I was stagnant or whatever, that I wasn't achieving the things that I wanted in life, because I thought I had to have this person or a person. And I mean, I look back, the last ones, everyone that I've dated in the last, 4 or 5 years, every single one of them, it's been the same situation. And you know what? And this is where it goes to looking at yourself too. I would say that they all had other intentions. Maybe they did. And maybe I was looking for someone to help fulfill something in me that I needed to feel myself. And regardless, who knows what their true intentions were? Maybe they were genuine. Maybe they thought I had more to offer them than what I did. So, I mean, it's about learning and growing, man. I'm excited today that I got another day to live on God's earth, man. I'm gonna try to be grateful for what I do have, and I live in a beautiful home in a beautiful neighborhood. I have wonderful neighbors. Man, the grass is so green. It's just life's almost perfect. And I'm sure if we sat there, looking at things, that we can look at the glass half full or half empty or whatever. I mean, I'm starting to take a new perspective on that. Maybe the glass is either full or it's empty based on how you perceive things. And maybe you're not where you want to be in life, but you're still somewhere, and it's time to recognize that. Maybe your glass is empty, maybe your glass is full and you just can't see it. Maybe whatever's in the glass isn't exactly what you wanted, but I mean, now's the time to transmute that, to change it, especially if it's your glass. Be careful maybe what you pour into it. Bad foods, just ridiculous TV sitcoms, whatever your vice is. I guess the change starts with you. It's hard to be able to begin to make changes if your vision is obscured or obstructed or hell, maybe your vision isn't your vision at all. Maybe it's an illusion that some jealous psycho and his mom has for you, because you know she sold him to the devil a long time ago. I mean, that's just what it is, man. I can't help what's been revealed to me. I'm grateful for it, because him or any of his cronies have no power over me anymore. They're just gonna have to get more creative. But what's happening is, as their magic or illusion or whatever it is, as it loses strength, they get desperate. So they start grabbing for anything that they can to hold you back, chosen one. Yeah, I'm talking to you. If you're watching this video, you're either curious about what I'm talking about, you're a hater, or you're trying to find some direction in your life. I tell you what, man. The deeper I go, the more that things are revealed to me. The more demonic activity is connected. The more I see that demonic activity is connected to freaking electricity, to lights, to frequencies. I mean, if Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think along the lines of frequency, think along the lines of energy, frequency, and vibration. Well, I mean, science says that everything has a energetic vibrational frequency, from the things you can't see to the things that you can. Looking at the electromagnetic spectrum, the human senses can only perceive about 9%, and I've probably said this in another video, but can only perceive about 9% of what's really there. So there's colors that you can't see, smells that you can't smell, taste that you can't touch, or things that taste that you, yeah, whatever. Physical objects that are there, but because our senses can't perceive them, we're walking through and around these things all the time. So I mean, remember that. And there's people that have this knowledge. They know more about it than what we do. And I'm telling you, man, educate yourself. That's one of the best things you can do. As far as the black magic or the witchcraft and stuff goes, I would always see. Yeah, that's another habit, smoking. I would always see when I would be laying down trying to go to sleep, right? With my eyes closed and pitch black, I could see a few different people. Like, their faces would appear like, I mean, I don't know how to say how they would appear, because my eyes would be closed. There'd be no one in the room with me, or no one in my field of vision. But like I said, I'd be in the dark or with my eyes closed, and I could see them. I'm talking about, like, and I thought for a long time that that they were appearing to me, or maybe I was somehow seeing them. And I started to look at astral projection, remote viewing, different things like that. These are all, like, a lot of it's like psychic phenomenon or whatever. Anyway, and I mean, dude, some of the stuff they were doing, it's just, you know what, whatever a person does is what they do. But I don't want to see some freaking dude using witchcraft screwing some girl that I like because he's trying to send me psychic freaking whatever, like psychic anomalies or psychic visions or psychic attacks, and that's what a lot of you are experiencing. And you know, if you're ignorant about I guess witchcraft or occult practices, or like esoteric knowledge, it's easy to be taken off guard, man. I look back, I've been in a fucking haze, excuse my language. I've been in like I mean, I hate to call it a haze, but like an illusion for the last few years. And this past year has been the worst. I mean, it's almost completely shut me down to the point that my mind was consumed with whatever the hell evil plan that these people were trying to do to me or whatever. Gang stalking, public mobbing, slander campaigns, and you know it is because nobody will tell you what anybody said, right? But you go around people you've known your whole life, and they've got they're giving you these horrible looks, like, you know, what are you, a freaking serial killer? Or, I mean, you name it, whatever a person could or would say about someone to try to defame their character or discredit them or humiliate them or to gain momentum for whatever their purpose or their cause is to slander someone. These people would say it. Man, it's weird, and the fact that if I tell you that like something's like had my attention or has had me distracted, if you're going through this and the people around you, they see the difference. They see that you're not your typical self, and you got to keep in mind, like, if a person's doing witchcraft and spell work and crap like that on you, the people that are around you, they're being psychically or influenced by the art or the manipulation themselves. You know, like my dad and I, we never had a real close relationship, but I mean, I'm sure he thought that I was losing my mind, and maybe I was, but whatever was affecting me, it affected him too. It affected our relationship because and then because they don't want to talk, nobody wants to talk to you about it. They're like, you're fucking weird, you're different, something's wrong with you. That's what they're thinking. They're probably not going to come and talk to you about it because they don't know that you wouldn't lash out or something like that. And you're wondering why there's no communication there. It's because whatever spell or game or whatever this shit's called that certain people try to do to other people, it affects everyone and everything around them. I was riding my bike with my daughter one day, and we were coming up the street, and I'm telling, and this was not paranoia, because I understand paranoia can cloud your vision and cause you to think crazy things. Those are tricks of the devil anyway. But I heard a neighbor, I heard her plain as day, turn around and she's like, there's the weird guy. I'm like, the weird guy? I wasn't the weird guy when my daughter and I went to church with y'all, a few months ago. But that's the effects that this stuff has. And when a individual that has no part in evil, that has no intent to harm anyone, is targeted by these people, these groups, these demons, these devils, and they become the target of their agenda or whatever. Once the spells start to break, once this person starts to gain clarity, that's God stepping in. That's God stepping in and saying, no more. You won't do that to my person. And a lot of it we open up ourselves to. If I watch too many horror movies, that's going to open up me to realms of things that I may not want in my life. So I try to refrain from that. I try to stay away from people that are that may be untrustworthy. I'm not gonna, if they cross my path, I'm not gonna be rude or anything like that, because that doesn't help. And that's another thing about being the light in a dark world. If I'm gonna be a light in a dark world, yet I refuse to shine my light on the darkness, not necessarily to expose the darkness, but to allow the damn it, to allow the darkness to see the potential that's in them. I mean, the yin and the yang. All the darkness has a little bit of light. All the light has a little bit of darkness. And, you know, the Bible talks about feeding two spirits. You can't serve two masters. You'll love one and despise the other. You'll obey one and hate the other. You know, and then when it comes down to feeding those spirits, whichever one you feed is the one that's going to grow. I think there's an old Navajo or Cherokee parable about two wolves. I can't remember it. Don't quote me on it, but it's something about you know, whichever one you feed is the one that would grow. So you want to feed, you know, I don't know which one you want to feed. I know which one I want to feed. But back to spell work and stuff like that. Occasionally I would get these visions, and I'm talking about eyes closed, trying to go to sleep, laying there, and I would be like looking up out of a, man, sometimes man, to be honest, sometimes it was like looking up out of a freaking restroom drain. Like, you know, the grates in the restroom or whatever. I'm telling you, man, like, it seemed like I could see people walking and stepping over me. Other times maybe a toilet. I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. Trying to go to sleep and you're looking up with your eyes closed, but you're in another place, and you know, a shadow comes and pisses right straight on your head. That's something that that's a whole nother thing entirely. But I've noticed the floor drain. Noticed like appearing that I was looking out of a fucking toilet bowl. Excuse my language. Also, let me think. Like a cauldron. That's the only thing that I could think of. Basically, like I mean, I could see, and it's always the same people. It's always the same people. It's people that come into your energy field in public or whatever. They're gang stalkers. I mean, that's what they are in my life. They show up wherever I'm at, and I realize a lot of them show up just to see if their curses or magic is working, right? So if they show up and I'm sitting there sad and broke and lonely and depressed, then they know it's working, and that gives them joy because they know that they're, you know, destroying your light. Because you know, man, I got a lot of energy. I got a lot of things that I want to share with the world, man. I love to sing. I'm not that good at it, but I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. Well, I guess you said, what can make me feel this way? My girl, I'm talking about my girl. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, it's terrible. But anyway, man, it's a noise of, man, they've had me blocked up. I didn't want to sing. Man, I think about this past few months, my daughter, all she wanted to do, anyway, shit got so hard, got so dark, I got to where I wasn't being able to meet all of her needs because some people had done some fucking bad shit to me. And this child loves her father. She would ask me, she's like, Daddy, I just want to play. And I was so emotionally, physically, and spiritually depleted that I couldn't take 5 minutes and sit down and play with my daughter. I was so distracted and consumed by what evil was around me and what people or demons or magic or whatever they were trying to do to me that I wasn't able to do the things I needed to do. So when it come time for her to start school, I didn't have all of her shots done. We're worried about the vaccine. We didn't have health insurance or anything yet, though we were trying. Anyway, it's like I had no choice but to let her go and live with her mom, and that's good because she loves her mother, you know. Being she's got brothers anyway. She loves her brothers. She loves her mom, her stepdad, her grandmother. Anyway, so that was the best thing to do for her at the time. And like I said, the fact that I was struggling, and it was affecting our relationship. And because I just don't understand. I don't know why anyone would ever be so wicked that they would use dark energies or whatever to try to harm somebody, to try to slow down their progress, to try to dim their light. Like, man, I'm not nobody, but I'll give you the shirt off my back. I'll do anything in the world I can for you. And when somebody takes and tries to steal that light or dim that light, you find yourself closed off emotionally and physically. I mean, I'm sure there's been people that needed my help and I didn't help them because I was so depleted. I had nothing to give, I didn't think. Anyway, yeah, sorry for the tears. But it's tough because all these people, like I said, they show up and they pretend to be your friend. You know, they ask about your family and your kids and your job and everything else. And a lot of them aren't asking because they care. They're asking because they want to find out if the magic is working, if they've broken you yet, if they've got you to the level that they were at when they sold out. And I don't care what you do, brother. I'll never sell out. I'll always be honest. I'll always be loyal. And until the day I die, I will search the darkness within me so that I can change it. That way, if you decide you want to change, I can help you. I can help show you the way. Anyway, this message is for somebody that's going through it, man. Better days are coming. Do what you can do to cut the bull crap out of your life and trust God to do the rest, man. He's a living God. He's omnipotent. He's got all the power. He's omniscient. He knows everything, and he's omnipresent. He's always here. He's everywhere. He's in everything. So, man, if you just need some hope, man, here it is. You're gonna be okay. If you're finding this video, you're gonna be okay. And I just pray right now from the bottom of my heart that any darkness that's in your life, that any evil that's been sent towards you, that it's dismantled and disbanded and sent to where it's supposed to go. Sent back to where it came from. That it's sent with love and light. You know, like I was watching a video or whatever, and the lady just kept, she was a psychic or whatever anyway, or whatever her spiritual gift was. I mean, it's almost like it was relating to my story, and you know, she's like, you got to get away from these people, and they have all these evil intentions for you or whatever, and you know, you're affected by them, and but you don't have any anger or any, you know, anything bad to say about them. And man, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I don't. I mean, if you do me wrong, you know, they say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It ain't no shame on me. If you want to continue to do evil and to spread lies and to harm people and to whatever your motive is, if it's not pure or based on love, it has no room in this earth, man. All these low vibrational people that, and I'm guilty of being selfish and only caring about myself, or being, you know, narrow-minded and having, you know, like a obscured vision that where I go back and I look at my actions, I'm like, man, I only care about myself, and that's a tough pill to swallow. Um, you know, before Christ, um, it says a kind word would turn away wrath. This is in Proverbs, and a good deed covers a multitude of sin. Um, and I'm not talking about 41%, 49% bad, 51% good. I'm talking about if you want to change your heart, man, it's just one step at a time. Instead of doing bad because you feel like you've got bad. And I'm not saying to do it with selfish motivation. Don't start doing good just to cover up the bad that you've done. Do good from a place of innocence, a place of just, hey man, this is something I wanted to do for you to make you feel better. And when you do it with that motivation, that's the acts of kindness that covers a multitude of sin. Like I said, it's a beautiful day. It's hot, man. It's hot in Georgia, man. I guess that song, "The Devil Went Down to Georgia." He was looking for some air conditioner. I think that's what he was looking for because he thought it was cooler up here, and then I think he wound up making a deal that he lost. So he had to stay in Georgia because it's hotter than hell here. Anyway, guys, I love you. Man, whatever it is you're set out to do, man, keep following your dreams. Things are going to happen, man. I'm telling you, things are going to happen. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what people say. I don't care how alone you feel. You're going to make it. That's my word to you. You're going to make it, man. Some of you, man, when you were born, if you knew how special you were, if you knew how much you had to overcome just to form that baby in your mother's womb, if you knew all the odds that you beat just to be born, you'd know that you're victorious. And I encourage you to search, find out who you are, find out what your purpose is. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm not telling you to manage your money better, because God knows I'm horrible at finances. I'm encouraging you to break the programming. We're creatures of habit. It seems like repetition. I always quote Napoleon Hill, but one of his books was called Outwitting the Devil. It was an interview with the devil, and the character or the reader that played the voice of the devil or whatever says that that people that drift, and he explains drifting as someone that's not focused on their purpose or whatever. They're just kind of like wandering or whatever. He said these wanderers, they find themselves drifting, and then they catch themselves in waves of hypnotic rhythm. Anyway, once they get to a certain rhythm, they're ensnared. And I've seen it in my own life, man. You go from working every day, and then you maybe let's say I started drifting because I was single, because I wanted not just romance, but I wanted a best friend. I wanted someone to share my heart and my dreams with. I wanted someone to share those things with me. I wanted emotional, spiritual, and physical connection with another being. Things that your mom and your daughters or your sister can't do. You can be close to all those people, practically best friends, but it's it's not for you won't be fulfilled in that same way. And I think when you realize that you don't have to have a woman to enjoy life or to feel whole. You know, and I'm going to talk about my bounce back a little bit. I've been able to bounce back because through something that was promising to be, man, I was thinking like soulmate connection, man. Like, and you know, who cares what her name is, how old she is, where she's from, if she's, you know, involved with someone else, third party, whatever you want to call it, fourth party. It doesn't matter how close you are to this person on a soul connection. I mean that has a soulmate, and I believe in this life you have many soulmates, you have many twin flames. A twin flame, from what I understand, is a person that, you know, if you're very smart, they're not the smartest. If you can't hear good, they can probably hear good, but they might not see good, so you might have great vision. And these people come in and they reflect your weaknesses, and you shine your strength, and that enlightens their weaknesses. And a couple or and a twin flame connection can be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be, let me get out of the sun here, it doesn't necessarily have to be a love relationship, but a twin flame or whatever will help you grow in the areas of your life that you lack. And if it's a true twin flame situation, the areas in your life that you were strong in, you would grow, or whatever, or they would grow. Chain smoker. Anyway, so back to what I say, man. It's a great day to be alive. I'm praying for each and every one of you. A sweet lady friend of mine, I met her one of the places that I would gamble at or whatever. As a matter of fact, I met her the day I met her. I won my very first jackpot or whatever. And anyway, she's got some spots on her kidney. I do want to say that she said they were cancerous. She's I don't know if they've already decided to how they're going to treat it. I think she said maybe removing her kidney, but all of you star seeds and light workers and healers that are out there that are watching this, man, just help me concentrate on this lady's kidneys being healed. Help me picture her healthy and smiling and enjoying life without you know, without those spots on her kidney. If you'll do that, I appreciate it, because that's where the healing is. That's where the real magic, that's where the real power comes in, man. Is when according to the promise to Abraham, why Abraham was considered the father of faith, is because he trusted God. And what he trusted about God was a God that calls things that are not as if though they are. And that's power. That's power. That's this, I don't even want to call it law of attraction, because that's blasphemy, man, from a star-breathing, earth-creating, sea-splitting, dead-raising, plague sending, yeah, that's a thing, God. So today I just want you to remember Penny. You guys are in my prayers. I know this is a long video, man, but you guys get to see me ramble, man, and that's what I am. I'm a rambling man. I was born a rambling man. Yeah, trying to make a living, just doing the best that I can. I was born a rambling man. I can't get in that tone. You guys caught me off guard. But anyway, so I'm a rambling man, and you guys are chosen ones. Man, just find the light that's within you. Don't cover it up. Don't cover it up because of the darkness around you. That's what they want. If they can. You have light workers. I heard a fella say something recently about dark workers, and I don't know too much about it, man. I know that it seems like I'm happy when everyone else is happy, so I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to try to make you guys smile. I'm going to try to post videos that'll help you get rid of some of the dark things in your life. I want to inspire you as I'm inspired. I just want you to, I want you to live your best life now. And it's not always a monetary thing, man. I've met girls before and they told me that, they were happy. I'm talking about content and not complacent, but satisfied with their life, living with their boyfriend or husband or whoever it was. In some of the environments that they talked about, like a tent or a freaking just under a tarp in the woods, a home with no power or running water, that they were just as happy in that lifestyle or happier than they were in a lifestyle where they had everything. When I say everything, obviously running water, stable home environment, didn't worry about where their next meal was coming from, type deal. So, man, guys, just keep smiling, man. That's all you can do. Keep loving, even if there's no love for you. The thing about light workers and star seeds and chosen ones or whatever, the reason some of these darker people or entities feed off of you is because of your energy, and your energy can be renewed. You know what I mean? You don't have to go suck life out of someone so that you can be energized. You have source energy within you, as above, so below. So if God is fruitful and fortunate and energetic and happy, well, as above, so below, these qualities are in you as well. So yeah, I think I'm going to cut it short now, or cut it off. Like I said, if you are experiencing effects of witchcraft or whatever, I'm just going to pray for healing. I'm going to pray for clarity. I'm going to pray that spells be broken, that any magic that's used against you is dissolved, that any consequences for actions that you may be privy to or responsible for while you were under someone's spell or whatever. I'm just gonna speak that those be dissolved as well, because when you've been under some type of control like that, it's not your fault. It's not your fault, especially if a great big magical illusion was created with 500 people in your hometown to constantly throw you off guard, to constantly mislead you, to constantly tempt you with their intent to discredit you by constantly slandering you, by putting you in situations that aren't yours, that you're not responsible for, yet to be used like a scapegoat. Anyway, all that energy is gone. You guys are coming out of it. There's judgment. There's judgment for you that have partaken. If you've been misled into it, I don't know how that's going to affect you. But if you have chosen to do harm against someone by using magic or witchcraft or whatever it is, manipulation by gang stalking, by community harassment, whatever it is, if that's